The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is warning doctors to be on the lookout for the Marburg virus amid outbreaks in 2 African nations.
Dr. Amish Adalja, infectious disease physician at the Johns Hopkins Centers for Health Security, joins us this morning to talk more about it. Good morning. Welcome to Houston's Morning Show. Can you explain this virus and what it is?
Marburg is a virus that's been known to medicine since the 1960s. It's a virus from the same viral family as Ebola, and it has primarily caused outbreaks in Africa, usually tied to some unknown wildlife or bat exposure, and then sort of a village outbreak that occurs, and they're usually rapidly extinguished. What's unusual about this outbreak is that there are 2 of them going on simultaneously at the same time. There are no treatments or vaccines for Marburg as well, so it is something that is concerning, but I don't think it poses a major threat to the U.S.
How exactly does the Marburg virus spread? Because, I mean, in some cases it's personal contact with something that has been infected or maybe airborne.
It's not an airborne virus. This is something that is spread person to person through blood and body fluid contact, just like Ebola. So it's not something that is very contagious. It's scary, it's deadly, but not very contagious. Other individuals may get infected from wildlife exposure. Maybe that's bats, maybe that's some other animal that they have cooked or butchered or come into contact with. But it isn't something that transmits efficiently from human to human. This is not a respiratory virus.
Now, a lot of people may be thinking, it's in Africa, we don't have to worry about it here. But I think after the COVID pandemic, it puts people a little more on edge because we've seen how it can hop countries. How are you feeling about concerns here in the U.S. that it could end up coming here and being a problem?
I don't think this is going to be a major threat to the United States. As I said, it doesn't spread very efficiently, but it is important that doctors in the United States take thorough travel histories if they have patients with compatible symptoms. In Texas, several years ago, we had an Ebola patient that was missed at the initial emergency department that they presented to in Dallas. So we don't want any of those types of mistakes. This isn't something that is going to be calamitous for the U.S., but we have to be prepared that there may be an infected traveler. We need to recognize that individual quickly, isolate them, and get them the appropriate treatment.
So what should we be looking out for? You said that there are no treatments, but what would be some of the signs and symptoms that we need to look for?
So this is going to be in someone who has traveled to Equatorial Guinea, has traveled to Tanzania, and has fever, muscle aches and pains, maybe has bleeding, diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, sore throat. So they're very non-specific symptoms, but it's really that travel history that we would be looking for. This isn't something that you're going to find in someone who hasn't traveled or has not been in contact with someone who's been to those 2 countries for which there's not much travel between the U.S. and those 2 countries that are affected right now.
Well, I feel like you definitely bring a sense of peace of mind to everyone, and it just sounds like education, knowing those symptoms if you've been traveling, is what we need to know right now. Dr. Adalja, thank you for your time from Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security this morning. Great to talk to you.
Thanks.